Kia ora and welcome back to the channel. I'm Elvie and today we are reviewing, giving a first impression to the Mijello Mission Gold watercolours. This is the 9 tube set. I got it on Jackson's. It came with some pamphlet stuff as well. I guess just some information and the range of colours. And so yeah, we'll be swatching them out today. I've got a very fun vintage cigarette container here to put the paints in. I've just glue tacked them down and we'll be pouring them in and then giving them a swatch. This is going to be straight from the tube, so they might re-wet differently. I'll let you know in the review. This is just the first impressions of how they swatch and stuff. So I'll pour them in. I'll just get set up and then we can pour them onto the pans together. Okay, I didn't do too much to set it up, but we'll go through the colours as I pour them into the half pans here. So the first colour in the set is the Permanent Yellow Light. It is PY154. So the pigment information, transparency and staining, light fastness are all on the back. These watercolors are made in Korea, which is pretty cool. I love trying watercolors made from around the place because it's, I don't know, I just find it really fun and interesting. They're quite a good size tube to try the paints. They are 7ml paints, so pretty good size. Then we've got Permanent Red. This is PR112 and I'll just pour this in. I'm so sorry about the pans not being fully clean. They're just annoying to clean, and I was like, it won't matter too much to me, so hopefully you guys don't mind too much. That's the wrong colour. We've got Permanent Matte, Rose Matter, sorry. If it wants to focus, there you go. And this is PR176. So another red. So you get a yellow, warm and cool red. Very smooth paints to pour, which is nice. Then we've got Bright Clear Violet, which is 3 pigments. Information here, which feels excessive for purple. Like 3 colors, really? Do you need that many pigments to make a violet? Like, I don't know. It's PV3 column 2 and then PB29 and then PR122. Then we've got Ultramarine Deep. This one is 2 pigments as well, which again feels a little excessive. It is PB29 and PV15. I guess that makes it the Ultramarine Deep rather than just normal ultramarine or French ultramarine, but still feels a little excessive. Then we've got Cerulean Blue, which I feel could have just been called Phthalo. It's the same pigment. It's PB15 column 3, but maybe it is not the same as Phthalo, so we'll see when we swatch it out. And then we have Viridium here. This one's just PG7, so nothing, just another single pigment. I remember hearing, I think one of the good things about these paints were the single pigments and how many of them were single pigments. Next we have, it doesn't want to focus, Red Brown, which is PBR25. I couldn't read my handwriting. And yeah, they're very smooth to pour. Like, I guess it might just be the selection I've got here, but very smooth. And then we've got Van Dyke Brown, which is PBR7. So from here, I'm just gonna swatch them onto my piece of paper. And And I don't know if I'm going to do a painting in this video. I don't think I will, but we'll see how they swatch nonetheless. Okay, swatching time. So I've just got my paper here. It is 100% cotton paper. It's my Winsor & Newton pad that I use, and I'd like to say this is straight from the tube, so it might react differently if it's left too dry. I'll find out later on when I come back to them and after they've dried in the half pans. Using quite a bit of water here because I did grab a lot of pigment on my brush, but this is just the yellow. So far it looks like a standard cool yellow, very smooth, very easy to use. Just grab a little bit of the red. This is permanent red. This looks quite, it's got a very cool undertone, so you don't actually get your warm red. This to me looks like maybe pyrrole red, could be wrong there, but it's a very cool undertone, which is surprising for a, well, I thought it was a warmer red. That just means oranges will be a little bit more difficult to mix. This is why you swatch your colours. This is Rose Matter, so this is your true cool red. It's beautiful. Love a good cool red. They always just look beautiful. Very nice. Very smooth. Next will be the violet. Usually sets don't actually come with violet, so it's quite nice for a change. Very easy to use, although I'm still concerned as to why it was 3 pigments. They don't move that much with the paper. You kind of like, there's water here, but it's not blooming into the water, so you have to kind of push it around with your brush a lot, which is, I did hear about that, but feeling it's a lot different. Like you're moving it with the brush a lot. But looks like it might have a little bit of granulation in it. I'll let it sit and I'll come back to you on that thought. Next is the Ultramarine Deep. I'll grab a little bit of that, or a lot of bit of that. And I'm hoping this one granulates nicely, but we'll find out. This one, again, a little weird how it is dual pigmented, but might just be because it's Ultramarine Deep. The set was $92 New Zealand, which I feel like is quite affordable for like 9 tubes of paint. That comes around just over $10 per tube. So similar prices to the other sets. Yeah, this definitely looks like a phthalo blue, not a cerulean. That's quite funny. Would have been nice if they just called it phthalo, but oh well. You've got a beautiful, cool and warm blue in the set though, which is always very handy. So I reckon if like this is a good tester set, like you've got a good range of colours by the looks of it, and that one has cool, that one's warmed up a little bit once it's dried, but you don't really get a warm red, which might be an issue for you depending on the subject matters you paint and how used to mixing colours you are. Okay, there is the green. They're all very transparent, which is very nice, especially since I use a lot of line work in my, oh, that's very intense. I use a lot of line work in my paintings, so I want it to be transparent so you can see the lines underneath. Very nice. This is a very interesting brown. It's, as it says, it is very red, very warm. And then we've got the Van Dyke, which might be separated from the binder. Might have been separated from the binder. So I'll see what happened there. Sorry about the buzz. I'm a little suspicious on the Van Dyke brand, Van Dyke brown here, so I'm gonna just see and mix it up. It was just the binder, which is nothing unusual. Paints usually get quite separated from their binder, so that's nothing crazy. Just mix it in. I mixed it with the end of my brush, and yeah, nothing too hard to do. I'm gonna let this first layer dry for you guys, and then we'll come back with a second swatch over. Okay, now for the final overcoat to see how it layers. Oh, oh, didn't quite clean my brush. I mean, they feel like they'll work really nicely. I'm interested to see how they work in a painting and how they mixed together. Yeah, overall, pretty good. Paints swatched nicely. There is a bit of a drying shift, but I'm excited to try an actual painting in them, and stay tuned for that video when it eventually comes out.